What's up, everybody?
What's up, y'all?
We are the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we're here to bring you some trailer reactions. We had a nice little trailer drop earlier this week. And sure enough, they dropped the shit right after we did our podcast.
You know what? At this point, I think they're doing it on purpose.
Man. So, we went on ahead and did a little Mercy podcast. We got to get the Avengers, the Infinity War. So this is basically Avengers 3 though, right?
Yeah.
Avengers 3, the Infinity Wars trailing in. Now, I've been hearing all shit about it. I've been actually not listening to no specifics about it. So I don't really know what's in the trailer, what's going on. I just been hearing people telling me it's off the chain.
I've been reading a lot of emoji speak that seems to be positive. You can never really tell, but everyone seems to be off their head about this one, man.
Yeah. I'm hearing this Thanos heavy.
Yeah.
And as we talked about in our previous video, the Marvel was kind of slipping on building Thanos up. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is the thing. Is people gonna know what they getting into with Thanos because they didn't give him enough, Because the only time they showed him, he was in the damn chair.
Yeah,
in
I
the
feel
Guardians of the
like
Galaxy.
it's a problem that we kind of like. The only real villain that we've seen skip this trope is Loki, where we got to meet him before he was revealed as a villain. You know. And so you got an idea of what his persona was and what his character was. But with Thanos, here's this looming figure. Everyone feels real threatened about him. Everyone's scared of him. But you know nothing about him, and then all of a sudden, he's the big bad on screen.
Yeah, and then I was like, they showed him. People were like, the people that don't know about comics is gonna be like, oh yeah, I think I seen him in one of those movies, but who the hell is he? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's where I was saying before, they were slipping with the build up of him. But what I was hearing, they making up for that in this.
Okay, they better, man. Because for the comic readers, for the real nerds, like every time we see it, when we first saw him, turn to the side and grin that first time.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
That was a big deal. Folks was going crazy. It's like because we didn't expect that. We didn't think that was coming.
Right. But the only thing is they didn't follow up with enough tease of that, my opinion.
So when you have folks that their only avenue into this world is the MCU, they don't know who the hell Thanos is.
Yeah.
It's like, they might as well be talking about, that someone might as well be, mentioning in an aside way like the Living Tribunal. It's like they have no frame of reference for it. So they really have to come hard on this one to give folks a real idea of who Thanos is and not just have him come in wrecking shop. Like he has to actually get some good lines in this movie. You have to actually write this character.
I'm glad you brought that up because we don't need another Steppenwolf. We don't need the dude to pop up and just slap some people and then walk away. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We know you strong. It's a whole bunch of strong villains, that can come out and just wreck shop.
Right.
But why are you doing it?
And his power at this point isn't what we want to see, because we've seen some of the most powerful characters in the MCU, very mentioned very strongly. They ain't fucking with Thanos,
Yeah, and that's the point. Is like develop this character, and I feel like they're giving them enough time to do that. And so let's talk a little bit about the heroes. We mentioned before who you think gonna buy it. I know Captain America is in this. I seen the thumbnail. I know he's in the trailer.
Right.
Actually, I guess it's gonna be. I guess it's gonna be down to everybody or whatever. But
I don't think anyone's skipping this one.
But I was hearing that I overheard that Hawkeye wasn't really in there or whatever. But you got to think. Do we need the guy to shoot arrows when it's when the stakes are this high? Go ahead, sit this one out.
They pretty much already they pretty much exemplified when it comes to badass normal. They've only got enough room for Black Widow.
Yeah, and she ain't did that much in the MCU, but be a gymnast.
pretty much.
Like, Jim
You
is
know,
some martial arts skills.
She's, and I hate to say it, but it's kind of true. At this point, she's basically one of their diversity gimmies. Because because think about it, like you got Scarlet Witch, she throwing
and they
magic.
kind of made her the little stingers or her little was those
Widow's bites.
yeah, the little widow's bites. Her widow's stingers are kind of just like nothing.
Yeah, like they've only worked on bottom of the barrel thugs in face masks.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of anxious to watch this trailer, and this is actually what I've been waiting on. Actually, since they announced this shit,
Yep.
since they showed Thanos in Avengers, I kind of knew they was building something big when they started the MCU, but I never fathomed that they actually go with Thanos, and I'm like, dude. Are they actually gonna do Infinity Gauntlet? That was like one of my favorite little comics. I had got me one. I had got that actual comic back in the day, and I stumbled onto it or something. Somebody had trade me a comic or something, and they was like, "Here, check this one out." And because I used to trade, like I'm like, "Oh, I got this comic. What comics you got?" At school back when I was like middle school, and and I got that Infinity Gauntlet. I'm opening them up. I'm reading it. I got to get the rest of these.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because, like, for me, like, I had just wrapped up Secret Wars,
Mm-hmm.
and so someone said, you know what, if you like that, you need to go and read that Infinity Gauntlet. I got a couple issues that you can start with, and I'm reading this. I'm like, how has no one told me about this yet? This is the most awesome thing I've ever seen. Like, I was trolling through every comic book shop, every library, like just trying to find every issue, And it's some of the most badass storytelling, especially for the sheer scope of the story.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, and that was like my first taste of Thanos and all that stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and watch this trailer, and we're gonna give a little reaction and discussion about what we just saw. So without further ado, Avengers: Infinity War,
Part 1.
Part 1. All the stuff I watch. Here we go.
There was an idea
I took the speakers. I'm sorry.
No problem.
to bring together a group of remarkable people
Who the fuck is
to see if we could become something more.
Oh shit, he wearing skin now?
So when they needed us, we could fight the battles.
That they never could.
Okay, what's up with that?
that?
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it. Run from it. Destiny still arrives.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe. But this does put a smile on my face. Who the hell are you guys?
All right, we're back. We just watched Avengers: Infinity War Trella. What you think about that, Brother James?
If you didn't already approve of Josh Brolin playing Thanos, you should probably get on that. That voice.
What you think the way he looked?
You know what? I was expecting a little bit more.
Yeah, but that might work though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he looked kind of normal. You're right. He looked like he got on a metal tank top, and they did a little different CGI on his skin. He looked more realer.
Yeah.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think that's a good thing because he has in his previous couple of appearances looked a little too slick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The first one, it was fun seeing Thanos, but it looked kind of like a cartoon character. Yeah. Yeah. So I give you that. And then the second one, even on Guardians Galaxy, he looked less like a cartoon character, but he still didn't look
right. Now
he looks like he's really there.
When he steps through that portal, it's like, oh shit. He's in the room, man. This ain't on screen. He in the room. Everybody run. But at the same time, I'm so used to seeing him in the full body armor with the headpiece.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He was chilling in his ship in his tank top. It's like, look, man, I'm finna fuck these dudes up in my tank top.
I'm almost worried that they gonna pan down and he gonna have some armored shorts on with cargo pockets and some flip flops.
So
it's a summer look.
So I was wondering, is he gonna actually do something physical? So he got his hands dirty a little bit. You see, he punched the shit out of Iron Man.
Yeah.
But you know what? I ain't gonna take away points, but I don't think I'm gonna grant him no points because fucking, in which I ain't saying Iron Man is not as strong as he once was to me, but Captain America beat the shit out of him.
True.
That made me lose some points for Iron Man that he got beat down by a dude with a shield. Now that I'm saying, and I'm not trying to talk about Captain America, but it's just like, I know he got the super soldier form, but I just didn't think, for real, if Iron Man went head up, should you get your ass whooped?
His armor is bulletproof.
I know. Should you get your ass whooped and pulled out that goddamn suit?
Look, because his armor stands up to tank shells and anti-air missiles.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Tony was taking it easy on him, but
I don't know. They kind of tore his armor apart, man.
I know. I'm just trying to, logic.
You know what? It's plot armor. It's plot armor.
Right. I mean, it happened in the comics. It happened, whatever. But what I'm saying to you is the fact that Captain America already did that. That's not like a big deal to me.
They don't show nothing.
Now, if Hulk walked up and was like, "Oh, I'll take care of this," and he, blah, you know what I'm saying? And he busts his ass. Okay, now we talking. But I mean, I know Thanos is strong. Right. I mean, shit. That's just him. Just he punched the shit out of his ass though.
Yeah. Like he wasn't shit.
It wasn't just like a little. No, it was like a fucking. It was a haymaker. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just like a little. You're nothing. It was like he was like a boxer, just like. It's like,
yeah. It's like, damn, son, I didn't know you had a glass jaw. I thought I was punching Iron Man. Guess I was mistaken.
Right, more like Plastic Man. But no, so they had pretty much everybody in there.
I mean, we ain't seen
anybody.
Ant-Man.
Didn't see. I didn't see Ant-Man. I didn't see Hawkeye.
But
Ant-Man's real small.
But I know Vanity Fair been running their Infinity War covers, and they got Ant-Man and Wasp on different covers. So I guess they're in it, but I haven't seen anything that actually shows them being in it yet.
Let me ask you this: did you feel the threat of Thanos? I know they're gonna wait for the movie for that.
Not at first. Like it felt more like with Civil War. It's like this is the end of an era, but it doesn't feel like there's like a direct threat. It's like this. Like it feels more like this is a thing that can't keep going rather than this. Dude's coming.
They got to know that, and the audience need to know that this dude is so much a threat that it's gonna take everybody with some superpowers to fight this dude, even villains to fight this dude. Yeah. Or that's it.
Right. Like I will say I really love like that line he has at the end there. Fun isn't something one considers when unbalancing the universe, but this does put a smile on my face. Like just the way Josh Brolin delivers that line.
They made it clear that he took the gem out of
Venom's head, Vision's head.
Yeah, but out of Vision's head, yeah. I knew he was gonna come and get that motherfucker.
Right.
And I've been saying this for years, and I've been telling everybody when Thanos come and get the gems, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for everybody. And everybody thought they was gonna be cool. Like, oh, Captain America got the flip kicks, and Tony Stark got the repulsor blast. I'm like, none of that shit's gonna matter.
No.
When Thanos get here,
Nothing
it's
is
a
getting
wrap.
between him and those gems. He's going to get all of them. This isn't no at the last minute you keep one room. He's
You know
getting them
what?
all.
If Wilbur was, I think that was Wilbur. I can't remember. Somebody was complaining that why isn't he getting gems? If they showing all these gems, I said all he need to know is where they at.
Once he know where to get them,
It's a wrap.
They hit. It's like,
And okay, so let's talk about the Avengers, the main core group. Iron Man. I said we spoke on Iron Man earlier, but they starting to make him look kind of weak to me. It's like,
Yeah.
man, you got this cool suit.
I mean, between like we've seen him go through, poison scares and anxiety attacks,
and it's fine. It's just that
But like as they progress, like
I guess they had to
his character becomes. Weaker
I think
and
it would have
weaker.
been more. I think it would have made more punchier for me if he would have punched him in the Hulk busting armor. Or something.
Yeah.
Only because I don't know. It's just that I'm like that he punched the shit out of Iron Man, but I wasn't like nobody punches Iron Man, because I already
everybody
seen, right.
punches
I already
Iron
seen it done, So it's like okay.
I mean, that nerdy ass Aldrich Killian punched Iron Man. Extremists and no, I don't give a damn.
So I'm gonna need them to show some strength in Iron Man. I don't know, they might, but I need them to do something badass just to get my mind back on track.
And I'm wondering how much of this is them trying to shift focus on the Avengers movies away from him.
Yeah,
'Cause
I think he might die.
he might. He's made enough villains in his life. It might be time for him to retire.
Yeah, well, they took her all trying.
Yeah.
Right.
He does have a habit of coming back.
Yeah. Okay, so who else was in there, man? It was
We saw a little bit of Falcon screaming and shooting.
Oh yeah. So maybe he gonna have him a nice little action scene. Kudos.
Though I wanted to ask you, did it look like Captain America was wearing some kind of Wakandan stuff on his armor, on those gauntlets?
Possibly. I did see something about that it was gonna be something different on his arm or something. Yeah. Which I didn't notice it there, but now that you mention it, I was seeing, because I was trying to avoid these videos and I seen thumbnails and somebody was like, Captain America they had something circled around her saying something different there.
Because I know
maybe it had something to do with his shield.
Because I know they took a lot of the red and white out of his suit to make him look less patriotic, since he's supposed to be going rogue. Even I was reading that when they reworked the costume, they wanted it to look more like his nomad suit from the comics back when he first decided the United States ain't about shit no more. But folks don't like to talk about that. But and a lot of there's been a lot of talk about reworking costumes on this, to go for darker, a little less hopeful, because.
Well, yeah, that might make sense, because this is going to be the Empire Strike Back of the series.
Yeah,
where he's going to come in, fuck shit up. They're going to be down and out. Some people going to die, and then they got to pick the pieces up and get back together and beat them in the part 2, right? Yeah. We will see, but I do like Thanos. He seems real. The way they did the CGI, and they toned down the purple. He's still purple, but he's like a different shade of purple.
He's not Barney purple.
I don't know. He's got a, you know what? And I don't, like I said, I am scared of them falling into the trap of I'm so tough, I'm just gonna walk in and do this. I mean, that's his personality. So,
but he's also and it's kind of the same thing. I'd say your dark sides. They do like to talk because they have that luxury. It's fine if you use Galactus and he don't say a damn thing, because he doesn't interact with you. He just eats your planet.
Like they say this. I heard this line in one of the Fantastic Four cartoons. They was like, they trying to fight him and shit, and he ain't paying attention. And they shooting him, and he just ain't even acknowledging they there. And they was like, he ain't even paying attention to us. They was like, do you acknowledge the roaches when you come in the kitchen? Some shit. I ain't got no roaches, but I know what you mean.
That's a false analogy because I know it's every roach I done seen in my house because they ain't supposed to be there. But
well, whatever. The point is, they only insects to him.
Right. Taking it back to Secret Wars in the comics, like everybody doing everything they can to stop Galactus at one point, and it wasn't until Doctor Doom got into his house that he's like, hold on a second. Something's not right. And then he blinked and that shit was fixed.
Yeah. But well, we're gonna see what we got here. So they got all the familiar faces.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's a good thing that Marvel set all these characters up.
So we're not meeting anybody at the end.
Yeah, and not just that, but it's just the fact that we all know what everybody's about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before we get to this battle,
Yeah.
So I guess because that's where Justice League failed, that we didn't know everybody yet.
Right.
So
I will say, like, I'm a bit leery of the shoehorning of the Guardian scene on this trailer.
Oh yeah, why is that?
So long as because if it's just like a sudden like Hail Mary, the Guardians are here, I'm not sure if I'm happy with that.
And then they made it obvious by putting it at the end of the trailer.
At the end of the trailer,
but it might not be it.
Who the hell are you guys?
But it almost looked like they was in two different rooms, only because you didn't see them together.
Right.
Like, who are you guys? Then they cut to them.
It could just
could be two different scenes.
Just be, a little cut switch editing, but
right. But I was hearing something about somebody who was saying about the plot that the Guardians is going to pick him up in space, and they're going to go on a mission with him or something.
Yeah, like with a storyline like this, you could easily lose the plot. That's why that sort of thing worries me a lot. Is because at any given time there could be a heel face turn on the plot, and it becomes an entirely different movie, and then everybody just leaves the theater scratching their head, looking confused.
It's a lot of moving pieces, and I think they know that, and I think they learn from their mistakes. And when you got a cast this big, be smart.
Yeah.
Be smart.
Definitely.
Okay, yeah. Another question. What you think about the Spider-Man suit?
Now, some of you may remember I wasn't a fan of it when I saw it in Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
It looks a lot bulkier than I was expecting in scene.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because I seen some of the it has some moving parts to it.
He looked the same size to me.
Like it just
it looked like bigger.
It looked like it bunched up a bit on the shoulders. And that
Maybe
might
been working out.
Okay. Why not? But again, I'm just not that fond of it. Like, I'm glad that it's not as Iron Man as the original Iron Spider suit was in the comics, but at the same time,
where's those extra arms? Didn't he have some
I didn't
four extra
yeah,
arms? I guess do they come out or something?
Like, they're supposed to be retractable, but I would have loved to see it in the actual trailer.
Yeah, maybe they might say it for the next trailer.
Yeah,
but my problem with that suit, it don't look special, but let's see what it do.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is they made all that stuff in his suit from the
because he doesn't. The only thing the Iron Spider suit can do at this point is look like armor.
Right. But I'm saying in the Homecoming.
That his Homecoming suit. His Homecoming suit did everything but the retractable arm.
Yeah, right. And that was something they, I guess, couldn't wait to hold out or whatever. But you pretty much kind of backed yourself in a corner on the Infinity War. Now you got this new suit. Now it's like, what can it do different? I guess they're gonna make some couple look.
And not only that,
things.
but anything that it can do. They already hinted directly at the fact that there was a way more stuff that his first suit can do than what we saw. So if we come into Infinity War and he's got this new suit, it's like, did he need an upgrade?
Yeah, right. So they're going to have to make it do like
we're going to need to see some repulsors.
Right, it's going to have to do a lot more stuff. And I guess, that was a cool part on the movie, but if they would have held that out, then that would have worked better in this movie.
You think Karen's coming back?
It's I think he still had it at the end of
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you think they're gonna write her into the movie, or is it?
She probably have a little part.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know.
Because it looks like they were trying to turn her into a serious character in Homecoming.
Yeah, I forget who played her, but that's like somebody that's kind of big or whatever. So they might bring her in just for star power.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to just trying to mention every character to see if I missed anybody.
We got one quick look at Thor.
Yeah, just at the end, he still got the eye, messed up eye, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be right after the Ragnarok, I
Yeah.
guess. Okay.
Picking right up.
So you got Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and the Hulk. Did you see the Hulk?
I'm trying to think.
I don't remember seeing him.
I don't remember.
I
Seeing
missed
We saw
things, though.
Banner, but I don't remember seeing the
Yeah.
Hulk. But we saw the Hulkbuster armor come back.
Right. I'm guessing he brought that to fight Thanos.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Why not?
the Hulk should be there. But if you remember in the comics what happened when Hulk came at Thanos, like he grabbed him by the throat or something. They got that's like on one of I don't know if it was the cover, but it was like one of the major pictures in the cover. Nobody never seen Hulk hemmed up like that.
Yeah.
Like you seen Hulk get hit by other people like Abomination and stuff,
Yeah.
but then none of them never hemmed him up. You know what I'm saying? He had him hemmed up like he had him by the throat, and Hulk like couldn't move. His arms were straight down like, oh shit.
This isn't right. This isn't right.
Right. What you think about the trailer on the whole, man?
You know, I liked it. I think that they were focusing a lot on trying to get a good breadth of scenes. Mm-hmm. But honestly, at this point, like for one thing, as long as I've been waiting, it feels a bit underwhelming.
Yeah. It's hard for me to say that, but I wasn't like, like the way people been acting,
Like I've seen like a couple of reactions, like, and folks have just been going out their heads.
I know.
I'm like, it wasn't like that.
It was more exciting for the first Avengers to me, the first one. Well, I mean, because it's like it's nothing we ain't seen, and until we see that Thanos is different from any other villain that's just gonna come and be strong and lose, then because they always eventually lose. But the point is, they all it's like Ronin. It's like Steppenwolf. They come out of nowhere. They stronger than everybody. They beat the shit out of people, and then they just figure out a way to beat them.
Yeah.
I need to know. Hopefully it is, but I just need to know that that's not the case. That he's more than that.
Right. Some kind of reassurance.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to develop him, and give me a good reason why he's doing this. Now, I just want to take over the world. No, man, come on,
because like
I'm evil for no reason.
Right, and we've already talked about this on previous podcasts, but they need to, the villain needs to be one of your characters. The villain can't just be, a plot device. They have to be a character in the movie.
That's the problem. They always need. It's just somebody for the heroes to fight instead of just being an actual person. It's a stock villain.
They keep making these movies about, all of these heroes finding a way to get along in order to do the job. But we've seen them get along.
I know.
And we've
in
seen them
two
break
whole
down,
movies,
and come back. So it can't be about, man, I don't trust these guys, or, man, I can't work with you. It has to be about the villain.
Yeah, and they making it seem like it's about the villain.
Yeah.
Which is smart because you already made two of them about the hero.
Right.
So
like even like Civil War was disappointing as all hell because the villain barely existed in that one.
Well, I'm gonna disagree with you on that because I thought that the villain was a clever way of doing a villain in that way, but it's not because it wasn't a big strong dude.
Yeah.
It was the villain turned them all against themselves.
And it was cool and I enjoyed it, but I really wanted a villain that was like completely in your face and present.
But see, that's been our problem though, because people like Steppenwolf, like Ronin, they in your face and present, but they just.
But they have no characterization though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, but see, they be talking more Shakespeare. We got that. The motherfuckers, they get real dramatic. It's just the fact that We looking for something different. I'm looking for something different.
I want the whole package, and that's one of the reasons why I was so excited that they were building. That they were supposed to be building towards Thanos, even though they didn't do a lot of building there. But because he is that full package, he's got a bit of the warrior poet in him, but he's also a megalomaniacal psychopath. You know? So like having all of that wrapped in one character, if done right, will be amazing. Unless they fuck it up.
Now I was hearing that they gonna, once this is over, it's gonna start. They gonna be able to kick off new heroes. So they basically gonna either kill or retire.
So are we going into Young Avengers?
No, I don't know. They're gonna kill or retire all the people that we know, so they make way for new people.
Because they already laid a little bit of the groundwork if they want to do like Avengers Academy,
right?
But
where they got new recruits and shit. Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly how they're gonna do it, but I'm just saying that was their way to saying that okay, we had these characters for 10 years, and now the actors are getting older, and now we're just gonna move on to something different. Because do you want to see a Captain America 5, 6, 7? Do you want to see a Thor 5? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's get to a point where okay, we're gonna keep the MCU going on, but we're gonna give you new stuff, and not just the same characters.
And not only that, but like
and I can appreciate
with a lot of with some of these characters, specifically Iron Man, Thor, the Avengers in general, we've reached the end of their narrative.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And that's like I said, they're just gonna either kill or retire most of them, and they're gonna go with some new characters. And not to mention, they are trying to buy more characters back from Fox, so they can do something with that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that deal is going through, but they was in a bidding war with Sony to get X-Men.
Fingers crossed. Sony don't need shit. They don't know how to handle anything, man.
But yeah, they was in the mix too, trying to get X-Men and maybe Fantastic Four. I don't know. But if you do that, now you can focus on them. Fantastic Four, I think for sure needs a.
It needs a Marvel touch.
Yes, very much so.
A strong Marvel touch.
I'm just saying that it's been mishandled. You can argue X-Men is good the way it is or whatever. I would do things differently, but you can still argue that. But you cannot argue that Fantastic Four is good the way it is.
No,
that's still up for grabs.
Yeah, man. Like they need one win in the Fantastic Four column, just one.
Right, and so far they have none.
They've got.
I might give them a fourth of a point for the first one because it looked like a good pilot for a TV show, but it didn't look like a good movie.
You know what? I'm going to give them 5 losses. They don't even have 5 Fantastic Four movies, but I'm going to give them 5 losses.
Oh, that Rise of Silver Surfer? God, that was awful.
God.
But anyway.
Anyways.
So it looked good. They got all the characters, Doctor Strange.
Yep. Man, tell me something. Do you think his eyebrows are getting tired?
What do you mean?
Every time you see him, he got that.
I didn't pay attention to that.
Like he damn near has the people's eyebrow right now, man.
But they seem like they were trying to show everybody all the movies they had brought out.
Yeah.
I mean that was cool, but it was kind of like okay,
yeah. Like we get it. You've made a lot of movies.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like they just showing out.
You've got a lot of characters.
It's almost like they just showing out.
Hey, I heard you guys like that Justice League movie. They had what 5, 6 folks in there. Look what we got.
So all right, we're gonna wrap up. The trailer was dope. It wasn't that lose your mind stuff that people been doing. You know what? That's the internet now.
Yeah.
And people want to see that. That's not me. That's not my boy here. We not.
Look, you ain't barring some random act of epicness. You're not gonna see us jumping up and down in our seats, screaming,
Yeah, I mean that's what people want to see. That's the point of reaction videos. People want to watch. We give mainly a discussion though.
We do critical discussions here.
Yeah, for real. I mean, we give you somewhat of a reaction, but it's more about discussing what we just saw. Sorry, man, we ain't the type, dude.
Look, if that's your thing, there's a lot of places you can get it.
I know you can get. All right, so we out of here. We're gonna move on to another trailer. So that's our discussion for Justice League. I'm sorry. Whoa. Sorry. Oh my God.
Let me
I'm
get
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Sorry, Marvel fans. Avengers. That's our discussion for Avengers Infinity War.